Greetings everybody, my name is Lizeka. Welcome to the book club. Today we celebrate a real-life hero, someone who's made a great contribution towards the development of literature for this province, KwaZulu-Natal. Sibo Doncabe, she is head librarian for the Musgrave Library. She's also Liasa's Librarian of the Year for the year 2018. She will be sharing about the work that she does for the community of eThekwini and beyond, reviving the culture of reading and writing for the youth. She will also share a few tips with you, the writer, so that you can write a book that is fit for the shelves of libraries. You can also join in on the conversation by hitting us up on our social media pages. We are on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram under the handle The Book Club. Also, go and subscribe on our YouTube channel so that you can receive full episodes of this talk show, The Book Club. Otherwise, let's welcome Sibo Doncabe.
My name is Sibo Doncabe. I am a librarian. I'm working for the organization in Devon. I was chosen as the Librarian of the Year in 2018 for Liasa and the KZN branch. I'm involved in programs that assist learners, youth, and as well as authors. I advocate for librarians. I am the person who wants to go extra mile, regardless of what I am going to get. I love my job. They normally say I'm a workaholic, but yes, I love my job and I'm a perfectionist, so I do things up to the T.
Thank you for coming. Welcome to the show.
Pleasure.
So we want you to take us through your journey as a librarian.
Oh, that is interesting. I started as a part-time. There's something called part-time library assistant where you're working 5 hours a day. And I was one of the pioneers library staff that opened one of the libraries at Nkamakuta. I worked there for about 9 years. Then I was promoted to become a librarian, and I work at Toti. And I'm very glad to say that I was the first Black librarian. I'm proud to say I am Black. I was the first Black librarian to take over Amanzim Toti, which is dominated by white people. So then I was there from 2009 until 2014. Then I was also promoted in 2014, where I became a senior librarian. I have been involved in a lot of activities in the libraries sector, programs and literature, whatever.
You were Liasa's Librarian of the Year for 2018.
Yes.
Tell us about that. What work were you doing to get you recognized?
I've been the outreach chairperson since 2010, where I am involved in the outreaches of like outreach, spelling bee, storytelling, book clubs, block loans, all the departmental outreaches that we do. So I'm the leading chair of that committee. So I have established other stakeholders, like I work with the visually impaired a school at Toti, where we started the arts competition and reading competition as well with them. So, and book clubs, I love book clubs because I feel they tend to make a difference in someone's life, unlike when they just come to the library and take a book. So I think that's some of the things that I was chosen to become a Librarian of the Year for the whole province of KZN. That accolade is for people that have an impact, a lasting impact in the profession and inspiring other librarians. And you have to be also an ambassador for Liasa, because Liasa is an association for all librarians. It's for the professional librarians. So I felt so happy that I was chosen to be that person to be an ambassador for a profession, because remember, librarians were not in previous years. This is some of the causes that we're not allowed to do as librarians, as African people. So after we have gained the freedom, then we're allowed to study the course and become librarians, which is why I wanted to become a librarian, because I wanted to do something that people were not allowed to do before. So I am so happy that I'm breaking all the boundaries.
Wow, you definitely are breaking the boundaries. I want you to talk to authors, because we're all about books, and books are written by people. You're a librarian, you know the processes of how to get a book into the library, which type of book you guys choose. So I want you to advise an author on what are the processes that are being followed, or what are the processes that one can follow in order to get their book onto the bookshelves of libraries.
There are different processes to get your book into our shelves, but the main thing as an author, you should be an active member of the library, because you cannot be an author who doesn't read. So if you don't read, then why are you expecting other people to read your book? Exactly. So you must be an active member. In fact, I think authors should be the friends of the library.
Yes.
They must promote their books
Yeah.
before they even come to us, because as us as librarians, when I get there to choose books, I'll choose a book that is in demand.
Yeah.
If your book is not unknown, then I won't buy it, because I will buy it, then it is just lying in the shelves collecting dust. 5 years come, then I discard the book, and then nobody has read the book, because you are not promoting your book. Ensure that your book, the concept, it's in line with us, because it must talk to us as African. I get authors complaining that we normally, as librarians here in Africa, we buy a lot of books that are coming from other countries, and yet the authors that we have, they're not promoting their own work. Then if you don't promote your own work, who's going to promote your work? Make sure that your margin is correct, your span label, your spine is correct, because when you file the book, the spine should be very loud in a way that I can read, like the spine here at the back of this. So when I'm standing there, I should be able to read the title of the book, who's the author, and before I even come closer, your cover should be very much attractive. Your title, your margin, it should be straight. Your font should be a flowing font. You can't have the other font, italics and bold. So if it's italic, then it must be italic. And it mustn't be too small. Yeah, and then it must be too small. Even the font mustn't be too small. And then, because if it's too small, then it becomes a pocket book. Then everybody can just put it in a pocket. If it's too thin, then it should get lost among the shelves.
Yeah.
So that what we do, what we check as librarians, and also the texture of the paper that we have to look at when you doing the publication. You must check the texture of the book that you are using. That is it going to be a lasting texture? Is it good for a book to be on the shelves for more than 10 years? Because what if your book is in demand? So that means one person will come back and then the book is torn. So you must be careful of that as well as authors. And make sure that your book, if it's sitting there, it should just attract anybody who just passing by. Let me just have a look at that book and just read it. If your cover is dull, and then, okay, the subject might be dull, but if your cover is attractive, obviously I'll buy your book.
Yeah. Let's talk about the inside of the book.
Mm-hmm.
The other day I was having a conversation with you, and you spoke about how people can borrow a book and then they start editing the book. Let's talk about that, the importance of getting your book professionally edited.
Oh yes, we get a lot of people, authors that are doing the self-publishing. Yes. I'm not against that. I know that we have challenges as authors, but please make sure that you consult more than 3 people, because your grammar, it must be correct. Yeah. Your spelling, it must be correct, because we cannot put things in the shelves, books in the shelves that have incorrect grammar. Because when the patron come to us and say, look at this book, or sometimes they'll even write and correct it for you, we become so embarrassed, because now it means we must take the book away from our shelf, because the patron has complained that this book is not supposed to be on our shelves. So you should ensure that the grammar, the spelling, everything is correct, it's flowing. Yeah. So make sure that you consult other people as well, because gosh, I mean, we have patrons that can read and see something that is wrong. As for us, you can come to us and then you can promote your book, then for sure we'll buy your book and then put it in the shelves. But when it's come back and it's scribbled, then we can't take your book anymore. We can't put it in our shelf anymore.
What programs do you have in place for local authors?
We support authors in various ways.
Yeah.
Firstly, we have to buy local authors. It's a mandate. We have to support our own authors. So we support our authors in book launches, whether we want to come in our launches in the organization that I'm working. We have a budget set aside to buy books for all local authors. We can also launch you as an individual, where we partner with you to launch your own book, or we just launch you, just call it to come with your book and talk about your book. Then we can buy your book, and then you can talk about your book, and then you can launch it. Normally we have book launches. We also have something called Articulate Africa, which is one of the kind, because remember, eThekwini got the status of the UNESCO State of Literature. So every year we're having Articulate Africa, where we are showcasing book and art fair. So authors are part of that, because books are art as well. So there's a lot of activities that we have for authors. Yes, we do book launches. We do programs in line with the authors. We have also some things called One City, One Book, where we engage the community to encourage the community to read one book and discuss that book, have activities around that book for the whole year, and then the following year we set another one, then where they read the book and then they discuss, having programs. It depends on the theme of the book, or on the content of the book, whether we can have something on that book. So we can have a lot of activities, which is why also authors can't be the same thing. We can have programs, around your book, just to promote your book. And we do assist them in every way they come. You can have a drama shoot or a drama, or you can have a video, whatever that you want to do as an author. Then we support you. We support authors in every way.
How can they get involved in these programs? Who can they contact?
We have a department that works with authors. I cannot show their information now, but eThekwini has a department that deals with books, and whoever comes to me, I normally share the information with them.
Okay. Thank you so much for coming. Thank you for your time. Thank you for the tips that you gave us. We will make sure to contact the right doors and to go to the right channels, so that we can get involved as authors and get our books promoted.
Thank you for inviting me. And word of advice to others, please, just get together, especially women authors, and encourage your young ones to read and write. Because we get a lot of the young ones who are not reading. They're on social media. Please, I would love to have a book, a book launch for just young ones, just young ones. We have activities. Oh, I've forgotten. We have also activities like creative writing that we do, where we encourage the young ones to write. So please make sure that you involve with those activities as authors, and you work with us, and you use the collection that we have, so that we know that you are visible. We can use you as well.
Thank you so much. That was Sibo Doncabe, head librarian of Musgrave Library, also Librarian of the Year for 2018 for Liasa. We thank you so much for the information that you shared. You can also get the information on our social media pages. We're on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram under the handle The Book Club. Thank you. See you on the next episode.